welcome to Works for Tools channel. Today I'm doing a toolbox tour. This is my Snap-on Master Series KRL1023 box. The color's cranberry. It has the stainless steel top on it. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Show what's in the box. I work mostly out of the cart, Franken cart. I'll leave a link at the end of the video in that suggested video thing if you want to see a tour of that. So we'll start on top at the Untitled Tools Maxxis Ultra Stinger flashlight, some batteries, got a Coast flashlight, headlight works pretty good. Up here got the Ulsa Tools backpack tool bag, very cool, very helpful, useful. A 1/2-inch high torque Milwaukee gun. Thing's a beast. It is pretty heavy though. Snap-on tub of towels, the cleaning wipes and a stainless steel one, and then the toolbox cleaner works really good and it smells good too. Up here we got the hub Grappler Kit. If you're a mechanic, you know what these tools are, but I'll give a brief description for somebody that isn't a mechanic. This is to take the hub bearings off, remove them, and install them to be able to do it on the car, on vehicles. Okay, top drawer. Also Tools gloves, some Duralast gloves. They don't get used much, but this gets used a bit, and they held up pretty good. I'll try to get part numbers when I can. Here's a Snap-on bearing and seal driver set. Very nice. I like the way it clips onto the bits. This is an old Mighty Max vacuum pressure tester. Vacuum tester or pressure, put pressure to it. This is for holding a timing belt on a GM like Saturn's. Got it from a friend. He used it on his mom's car, and I still haven't had the opportunity to use it yet. Here we have a fuel pressure tester from Cornwell. It's obviously for testing fuel pressure. Snap-on hand cleaner, works really good. Here is a Matco Indicator. This is to measure the drum brakes, a caliper tool for measuring the drum brakes. Pittsburgh, a brake caliper set. This is for turning in the twist-in pistons. This thing works really good. It gets into small, tight spots. So that's really cool. It works really good. Back here, we have a dial indicator. Forget what brand that is. Anyway. Got a Noidlight Tester. These you put into the wire that goes to the injectors to see if it blinks. You know you got your powers and grounds. Snap-on bolt grip set. This is for taking off steering wheels and good for using removing harmonic balancers. This is a neat little kit. Don't use very often, but it's for plastic rivets. Pretty cool. That's a really old set. Don't even know if they make it anymore. If they do, it certainly won't be that part number probably. This is also for installing seals. Universal set from Blue Point. Not sure what the part number is on that either, but I'm pretty sure it's the only one they have. So, it works pretty good. Sometimes you gotta modify things to make it work better. Wrench drawer. Got some butane. This tool is for harmonic crank, or the balancer, harmonic balancer on Hondas. When you don't have the weighted socket, you need to hold this and use your 1/2-inch breaker to get the bolt loose. Some tape. Mac line wrenches. SK crow's foot line wrenches. ATD crow's foot line wrenches. Some various ones. Crow's feet. For holding the brake pedal or gas pedal, whatever you might need to use it for. Snap-on big wrenches, the ones that won't fit in the cart. Everything in here is too big to fit in the cart, or I don't use it that often. And some expert wrenches. These are made by Proto, I believe. Ratcheting wrenches. Engraver. Here we have the gear wrench, double box end with the ratcheting. I believe this is 8 to 19, and gear wrench regular ratcheting, and that is 10 to 19. No skips on these. The Ulsa Tool slim wrenches, these are really cool. 6 to 19, alternating on each side. They work really good. And then here we have a lug nut master set. We're taking off those style of lug nuts that it shows there. Comes in very handy. Used it on a truck today. Nice when you don't have to look for the customer stuff. Here's a miscellaneous drawer with paperwork. Got a Forma funnel. Some little precision screwdrivers from O'Reilly's. This is for holding the hood up when the hood prop doesn't work or it's missing. Various O-rings. Little deal to put some oil or something in. There's another drawer with some different things in here. We got the vacuum pressure tester, a pressure gauge. We have the ears for listening for noises. This is for the holding tool on a camshafts on the 6-cylinder Fords. This is for taking fuel pumps off. This nifty little tool. And it has a light. Looks like it might have been left on. For picking stuff up. Some various hoses and things. This is an old spark plug wire puller. And these are to line up Ford camshaft synchronizers. So that's that drawer. Here we have a bunch of stuff. Miscellaneous hose pieces and whatnot. Got a BMW tool for holding the fan clutch. This is a Blue Point tool for holding camshaft gears or whatever you need to hold it with. Heavy duty, works really nice. These are for the old GM style. When you need to get down into the steering column, these are to hold the plate down so you can get the snap rings off. This is for the GM style to get the spring out of the door to be able to do the door pins. These are for timing belts. Some of the Mitsubishis and Volkswagens have an extra, you gotta adjust the pulley before you can even adjust the rest of it. And then this is for the old crank style windows to get the handle off. Gotta have one of those. And you can see just extra screwdrivers and magnets. This drawer has a lot of the sockets, obviously. These are, starting the front here, some expert also ones. Big 3/4 drive. The old Zippy that's dead and I couldn't get myself to throw it away yet. These are snap-on with the ball end Allen. Snap-on 5-point tamper-proof Torques, mostly for European cars. Got a level here. Here's some more Torx bits. This is a tool together with this piece for taking off pilot bearings and bushings. This is for cutting hoses, haven't used it yet. This is a crazy fancy tool for doing the inside axle seal on an old 99 Dodge Ram pickup on the front. This is for being able to hold the gear on the timing chain to do the water pump in a GM style 4-cylinder. These are some axle hub nut tools. These are the weighted tools I was talking about for taking off the harmonic balancers. They are really nice, and then you don't need that other tool. So we got some Craftsman 12 point, some Blue Point 12 point. I believe we got 8 to 19. That looks bigger than 19, is it? Oh, this is the standard size. So we got 1/4 to 1 inch. These are Blue Point, or Snap-on, Blue Point, and these are for the stripped bolts. A couple of oil pressure sender unit sockets, oil filter socket. This thing came with a bushing kit for doing a Mercedes bushing. Worked pretty good. Another Pittsburgh tool. I got this set from Harbor Freight. I needed 1 socket, and they had it right when I needed it, and it was cheaper to get this whole set than to buy one and wait for it from Snap-on or somebody else. So I got the set, and it worked for what I needed it for. Pry bar. These are some brake strips. Oh, almost forgot the Ulsa tools. They just gave me to try these out. Ulsa tools, these are the shallow 1/2 inch impact sockets. 10 to 19, even though these are backwards. No skips. Oh, it is the other way. There we go. Next drawer is the miscellaneous air conditioning drawer. Bunch of O-rings, various pieces, dialight, and the glasses. These are for cups for holding a window up when you're doing a window regulator. This is for getting the fan clutches off. Very useful set. Some gauges. Hardly use those anymore with the AC machines that we got. This stuff doesn't get used very much anymore, but the O-rings and everything else do get used. And an old Dremel set. Last drawer in the middle here, we got some. This is a nice tool for packing bearings. It's the mechanics wire right here. This is for pulling pitman arms. Rear axle bearing puller set. Here's another multi-purpose here for quad pulleys. This came in handy. I needed it for a Volkswagen, and the Matco guy brought it to me when I needed it. So I appreciated him doing that for me. Then we have the master ball joint set from Snap-on. Very cool. Works really nice. Well, I got a warranty some of these because the cups don't like staying on. So beware of that if you get one. Here is another actual puller and installer for harmonic balancers. And then a slide hammer set. Use this for pulling hubs off sometimes and then taking them apart and pressing everything back together. Got another level here. Alright. This is a bunch of pilot bearing tools. Actually, the tools not for pilot bearings, but for aligning the clutch discs when you're doing a manual transmission clutch. Kinds in there. Various light bulbs and stuff. Hose clamps, the Blue Point hose cutter. And this is for installing freeze plugs. I believe it's a Blue Point or snap-on. Yep, it's a snap-on. Don't use that a whole lot, but it comes in really handy when you need it, that's for sure. The nuts and bolts drawer. This is pretty much like a diag drawer. There's another one we'll show on the other side with a bunch of electrical stuff. That's an old timing light for doing timing on cars that used to be able to adjust them. Don't run across those very often. This cool bore scope came with my Altel. That'll be a video for another day. We'll talk about the Altel and what I think about that and compare it to the Zeus that the shop has. All these wires and everything came with the Altel Maxxis Ultra. This drawer we got for the coolant stuff, mostly. Here is first. Snap-on coolant pressure tester. Oh, you didn't see the number. Then we have the snap-on coolant refiller. Love this thing. Works awesome, especially on the hard to burp cars. Get air in the systems. All these pieces go for this. The Lyle spill-free funnel. Love that thing. And if you modify the top with a hole in it, you can use a block checker with it. Yeah. Heat gun. And this is pretty old. I probably had it 20-some years. It is an air riveter for the old style Fords. Used to have rivets holding the window regulators. We got some ear plugs, headphones down there for noise. In here, take this out of the way. Is the Matco wheel bearing lock set. This is for taking the hub bearings off. Some light in there. And they work good for installing seals on pinion bearings, pinion seals and stuff like that. All right, last side. Got the personal drawer. Won't get too far into there. It's just a bunch of paperwork, receipts, some screwdrivers, snap-on rep, and some stickers. Over here, we got trim panel tools, some pick tools, and snap-on obviously, Matco trim tools, some other chisels and punches and files. The snap-on punches, looks like somebody's using one. And then this cool little Astro tool is also a trim tool, so it doesn't mar. Some of this stuff you can see I've showed on Instagram. Next one, this is for taking exhaust hangers loose. This is for hose clamps, pipe wrench, old Blue Point 1/4" drive air ratchet. Got the snap-on snap ring pliers, riveter, hand riveter for small rivets. This is for taking spark plug wires off also. Flat grooved snap ring pliers from Mac. Little channel locks, some other generic snap ring pliers I needed once helping my mother-in-law. Some little crescent wrenches. This is another hose clamp tool. Some battery pliers. And this thing is for when you used to actually replace this CV axle boots, and this was for closing off the clamp, pinching the clamp shut. Got the straight edge, got a belt tool, hacksaw, wood saw, a couple of torque sticks that don't get used because they're not very, they're like 20 pounds or something. This one we got the Matco hyper drill bits. Very cool, work very good. A snap-on power steering puller and installer set in here. Just an air drill from Blue Point. This is for pushing in pistons on calipers for the brake job. Don't think this one works all that great. Kind of flexes a lot, but it does push them in. Mostly for like Toyota trucks and stuff. These are an old tool for brake drums, doing the brake on the old style. Some of them that have like a single spring. Makes that real easy. You can do it without them, but that makes it a lot easier. Ulsa, and here's another belt tool, serpentine belt tool. From Matco. But a lot of places gear wrench, and people make these now. Probably is a rebranded gear wrench. SP Air reamers. Matco, or Snap-on, sorry, impact driver set. Here's the other electrical drawer. We got the power probe, torch for the solder. There's a soldering iron around here somewhere. Got the voltmeter, Fluke 78. Some pins, got a headlight in there for load testing. Bunch of wires and things I use for testing for the power probe. Got a fuse buddy. This is good so you don't keep popping fuses, and it tells you what the load is. Strippers, various wires. This is pretty cool. It's a Obd2 Breakout Box from Blue Point. Haven't got to use that a whole lot yet. Get this out of the way. This is really neat, and I have used it. This is from Blue Point also. That's a Snap-on brand. I think I just turned it on, trying to take it out. Film it with one hand, right? There you go. This is for finding parasitic draws. You can put it right on the fuse, and it tells you the amperage that it's drawn. Very cool. Very helpful. Saves a lot of time finding out which circuit's doing your draw without pulling all the fuses out. Very nice tool. Alright, we got this Matco Gm Harmonic Set. Haven't got the updated version yet. Snap-on, all of them have one with more adapters. Maybe get one of those one day. These are for popping CV axles out. Huge crescent wrench. This is for doing inner tie rods on rack and pinion steering. And the adapters that go with it. Don't remember what brand that was. This is some stuff I use for pulling engines as far as those things. And then some C-clamps and bearing separators. Here's the old crap drawer. Broken bolts and stripped bolts and stripped holes and whatnot. Gotta have a tap and die set to fix these things. So there's that. Always gonna wind up with broken bolts. This under it. Whether you break them or somebody else broke them, you're gonna have to deal with them. This is for like lug nuts and studs for the wheels, and some files for actually where you can't get them on there, you can fix the threads. Works real good. Here is these removers, the extractor set. Both pretty small to big ones. Only problem with these is they're so short, sometimes you need something longer to get down in there. Here's another old adapter, or old set I had for the power steering puller, and I kept it because it had the long shank here. Old seal installer that was aluminum that I beat the heck out of. And then these are really nice for doing the tap and die set. For the taps, take one of these and you put them in there and it holds it, and you can use a 3/8 drive ratchet instead of trying to get a hold of this with a wrench or something, or the tool that comes with it, because anybody that uses these knows that the tool that comes with it doesn't always work that good, and you don't always have the room you need for this thing or this thing to hold it. These. So that's pretty much what's in the box. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Don't forget, we like working for tools, but let the tools work for you. So don't just work for tools. See you on the next one. Have a great day.